She's back. She's back like she never left. A new do. A new cut. A new color. Hello? No, but I am back. I almost wasn't. Because if you follow me on Instagram, obviously you follow me on Instagram. But if you saw my story, I recorded that video 2 times. My last video 2 times. You didn't see that I recorded it a 3rd time. I don't even think y'all saw that I recorded it 2 other times. You might have just seen the first one. But on my close friends, if you're my close friends, you know I recorded that motherfucking video 3 times. I talk so fast. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like, talented. But no, seriously. I recorded that video 3 times. And each time something bad happened. It was crazy because it was the first day of Mercury retrograde. And when Mercury got her micro braids, trust me, technology is going to be wonky. And boy, was it wonky. And I just crowed and crowed and crowed. I just felt defeated. I felt gay. You know what I'm saying? So
I felt worthless. I felt ugly. I felt gay. I felt that no.
We're here now. We're better. We're brighter. We're sexier. Like, all is well. And I don't even know what I want to talk about today. I have no agenda. I have no notes. I think I just kind of want to talk, and that is okay. So you don't always gotta have a plan, bro. You don't always have to have a plan. That's what let's talk about that. I think I'm realizing that with this, I'm realizing that I struggle with hyperfixating on the outcome. I can romanticize the fuck out of the outcome. It's the in between where it's almost like my feet are cemented to the ground. And I'm just like, where is it? Where is it? Where is the life that I can literally close my eyes, see, smell, taste, and hear in my brain? What's going on? And I'm realizing that it's something that I said in my last video, that one of you guys pointed out. And I said, we are whatever we force the universe to respond to. I'm not doing shit. I'm sitting on my hands all day. Speaking of sitting on my hands, I got something I can read, actually, that I feel like would really let y'all in on my brain. You know what I'm saying? Like, really let y'all in on my brain. Okay, so I wrote this February 21st, 2023. It's not a poem, but it's like, I'm gonna read it. This is at 5 a.m. I said, she's impossible to please. I don't even know whether or not I believe that about myself. Is pleasing me impossible, or am I simply not pleased? Being pleased with people is a bit difficult when I'm not pleased with my circumstances. Disappointed in today, yesterday, last year, the past decade, and subconsciously anticipating disappointment tomorrow. She's impossible to please. Okay, maybe I'm an idealist, or a perfectionist rather, but I don't necessarily work to perfect things. I become frustrated when things aren't that way innately. Well, why isn't this should be? Why don't they? Just forget it. I can assume entitlement to certain things, leaving me deep and upset when those things aren't present. So deep that I can only focus on its absence, too paralyzed by an unimagined betrayal by the universe to do anything about it. Sitting on my hands and too consumed by their numbness to realize I simply need to stand up. Sitting on my hands. Yeah, I think that shit, it's not that serious. Like, it's not that serious. It's not that serious. And perfecting something before there's anything to even physically, tangibly perfect is absolutely insane. Amoy. That is insane. Ain't shit on a plate. How you seasoning it? How you seasoning it? How you seasoning it? Ain't shit on the plate, bro. You wasting seasoning. So yeah, I think I don't know. I just want to give myself permission to be and do and live. Like, damn, twin. The world is policing you already as a black woman. I don't think it's fair for me to be policing myself and my brain to the same capacity. Like, girl, just breathe. Just woosah and please yourself. Please yourself. Pleasure. Pleasure is important. And I just reread the uses of the erotic last night. And it's just a reminder that pleasure is a birthright. And also, on another note, pleasure isn't acquired without friction. Sexually, non-sexually, smexually, metaphysically, intellectually. Pleasure cannot be acquired without friction. And I think that's a little bit of the hesitance. That's a little bit of that stagnance and that procrastination period where you're just stuck in that premeditative state of, okay, here's what I'm gonna do. This is what I can see. These are all the intentions that I have. I can lay the intentions down all day. But if I'm not okay with a little bit of friction, then it's not gonna work. Nothing is gonna change. Nothing is gonna shift. And that reality, like I mentioned earlier, that I can see, that I can hear, that I can smell, that I can taste, is only gonna exist behind the hoods of my lids. If I'm not okay with a little bit of friction. There's even a quote from Uses of the Erotic that I really, really liked. I took some notes on it. Guys, get into it though. Like, I'm becoming one of them girls. And it's rooted in me being a little less serious. Like, have a little fun with it. You know what I'm saying? Because you're allowed to. But, here she says, recognizing the power of the erotic within our lives can give us the energy to pursue genuine change rather than merely settling for a shift of characters in the same weary drama. She also says, we have been raised to fear the yes within ourselves, our deepest cravings. But once recognized, those which do not enhance our future lose their power and can be altered. The fear of our desires keeps them suspect and indiscriminately powerful. This is so interesting because it's making me realize how tethered this video is to the video that I recorded before that got deleted so many times. Because, like I said, pleasure not being acquired without friction. And I think in catalyzing friction or catalyzing change, you gotta be willing to be a little angry. The last video that I recorded was about anger and making room for anger and allowing anger to be a purifying force. If you in the woods camping and you need some water, what are you gonna do? You're gonna light a fire under it. Anger purifies the waters. It gets that gunk and that muck up out of there. And then another direct quote from Uses of the Erotic is, to refuse to be conscious of what we are feeling at any time, however comfortable that may seem, is to deny a large part of the experience and to allow ourselves to be reduced to the pornographic, the abused, and the absurd. She describes pornography or the pornographic as sensation without feeling. I think she said it's a direct, they're opposing uses of the sexual, the erotic versus the pornographic. And when you take it outside of the sexual lens, it's like, okay, if we think about relationship dynamics or think about even like dissatisfaction with a job, it's like, okay, I'm getting the sensation of attention, of routine, of consistency, of whatever. But am I feeling pleasure, true, genuine, deep rooted pleasure. And in acknowledging that you aren't, there's a little bit of shift that needs to happen. This is so crazy because I forgot that I even wrote this quote down. But on the 21st Friday, I wrote a quote. There's a video that I saw, and it was this white guy talking. You know how white niggas when they talking, bro. Like, shut the fuck up. And it's crazy because I saw like 10 seconds of the video and I switched off it because I didn't like his mannerisms and his energy. It just felt super narcissistic. Like, but it wasn't the messenger, it was the message. Because I got just a little quick glimpse of it. And it came back up for me in a conversation the following day. So I actually wrote it down because I remembered it. But in the video, he says, a tendency or habit no longer exists once it's acknowledged. It is now a choice. It's a choice. So we'll be in conversation like, I have a habit of, giving people the benefit of the doubt. That's not a habit. That's a choice. You're choosing to allow people to benefit from your doubt. Your gut, your genuine intuition, the gift that God gave you, that Spirit gave you, to guide your discernment. That's not a choice. No, that's not a habit. It is a choice. And so I don't know. I think I'm coming to a point now where I'm like, okay, if I can't do it for the sake of succeeding in the capitalistic terms, can I do it for the sake of prioritizing joy, of prioritizing pleasure, of doing what feels good? Yeah, I think that's where I'm at. I think that's where I'm at. I think I'm okay. I just got cold, but I also am barely dressed, so that could possibly be a reason. But I don't know. I think I'm at a point right now where I'm tired of being the police. I'm tired of being so strict and so rigid with myself and the way that my brain works and the way that I take up space. So I'm like, girl, have a little fun. Have a little fun. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay to breathe. It's okay to breathe. And it's okay to feel good. I'm allowed to feel good for no reason other than simply wanting to feel good. That is my birthright. That's one of the notes that I made on the side. But yeah, I definitely also want to shout out Monica Hernandez. Like, I love Monica. I'm going to put Monica's Instagram right here. I follow her on YouTube. I don't know. I just really like how she conducts her videos. I like her honesty. I like her vulnerability. I feel like she gives voice to a lot of the anxiety and the internal dialogue that I think is so specific and personal to me. And she just affirms that it isn't. You know how everybody felt like that when TikTok first started? Of like, oh my gosh, none of my experiences are my own. That's kind of how I feel with Monica's page. And with her being a little bit older, it's just like, okay, like, this isn't foreign. This feeling of, oh my gosh, I'm not doing it right, is not just specific to me. And so, yeah, I feel like this video is kind of all over the place. I think I'm okay with that. But yeah, I think I'm just tired of denying myself satisfaction, and I'm coming to terms with the fact that I'm the biggest blockade. It's not anything or anyone other than me, because joy can be obtained exactly where I'm at. Exactly where my feet are planted right now, I can experience true pleasure. I just have to be willing to purify the water. You know what I'm saying? I have to be okay with a little bit of friction. What am I forcing the universe to respond to? Questions that need answers. Things to consider. Letters to write. I don't even know if I'm gonna post this because I do feel really disorganized and no, see what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna post it off of the strength that, like, it doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be cookie cutter, it doesn't have to be perfect, it doesn't even have to make sense. This is just what I have to say today, and I wanted to share it with you. This is what was on my mind today, and I wanted to share it with you. Is that enough, Amoy? Is that enough for you to feel like it's worthy of being shared just off of the strength that you thought it? And my answer is yes. So I'm going to end the motherfucking video right here. And yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do. So love you. Miss you. I'm going to post again really soon because I'm telling myself I'm not going to think too hard. Like, girl, if you got something to say, just pop the laptop open and say it. And then post it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you used to do that on TikTok like it was nothing. What happened? So, you see people on Instagram on Twitter posting this, or you see, I'm just like, I'm sick of y'all hoes. Read the fucking book. All right. Bye, twins.